I'm Oshin Hanrahan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Keychain. Keychain is a platform that makes it easier for brands and retailers to bring products to market. So you think about all the amazing products you buy when you walk into a Walmart or a Target or any major retailer, and you think, how do those products actually get made? And somebody somewhere decided, whether it's an own brand product, private label product, or a brand new product that a brand is making, somebody decided, I'm going to make a new product. And where they go to make that product, they start a Keychain. And we make the process of bringing a product to market, figuring out who can make it, how to find a manufacturer, how to find ingredients, how to find packaging incredibly easy so that better products come to market faster. So you walk into the grocery store, right? You think back 5, 7, 10 years ago, there might have been one gluten-free bread. Now you walk in and there's like 15, 20. Right. The same thing if you've got, my daughter has a nut allergy and you want to get nut-free cookies. There might have been 3 or 4 varieties. There's now dozens and dozens. And this SKU proliferation has existed for probably 3, 4 years now, where we've seen an explosion in product. And exactly as you pointed out, whether it's these products being designed and made by own brand, like private label for the big retailers, or whether it's influencers saying, hey, I think I can make a better product, and they're bypassing the traditional model completely and just going straight to their consumers or their followers. It's across the board. So we see it across all food and beverage. So Keychain supports food and beverage. We support supplements. In the future, we'll obviously look at pet and household and personal care, but there's over $1 trillion of spend every single year on food and beverage product, CPG product in the US. And about half of that is made by brands who don't own their own facilities. So these are brands who need to go out and find any one of the 20,000 manufacturers that are on Keychain. And when we launched Keychain about 10 months ago, we immediately saw this huge influx of brands and retailers to Keychain to find manufacturers. Today we have over 20,000 brands and retailers that use Keychain. The last month we released data for, I think, was October. We had over $500 million of projects submitted on Keychain in October alone. And we matched them up with one of our tens of thousands of manufacturers in under 30 seconds. So we built Keychain with enterprise in mind. So my background before this, I started a company called Handy, and I was the CEO of Angie's List, which is the largest platform, the largest marketplace for home services in the world, with tens of billions of dollars of GMV going through it. And we built that business to support both consumers, but also to support enterprise. So one of the things people maybe didn't know about Handy and Angie was we powered home services for Walmart, for Target, for Lowe's, for lots of the big retailers. And when we started out building Keychain, we thought about enterprise. So we built Keychain for the private label or own brand for the biggest retailers in the world. And by doing that, we've got the ability to support enterprise, but it's almost like every influencer shows up on Keychain by default because they're like, hey, I want to launch a supplement product if you're a fitness trainer, or there's a lot of folks who have amazing culinary followings who say, hey, I really want to launch like a spice brand, or I really want to take the kind of homemade cookie that is high in protein, low in sugar, or maybe it's got date syrup or something, and I want to commercialize it. I want to bring it to market. So across the board, we see some really large, most of the biggest retailers in the country. If they haven't used Keychain in the last week, I'd be surprised. And all the way down to the influencers who are scratching on a napkin, or making up some notes in Notion to like figure out like how they want to bring a product to market. So it's really quite across the board. And the thing we see is it shrinks the amount of time it takes to bring product to market. So one of the things that's really painful if you want to launch a product is figuring out who to work with. Like, how do you find a great manufacturer? How can you figure out, like, are they trustworthy? Like, do they have the capabilities that you want? You want to put it in, you want to use eco packaging, or you want to put it in a paper bag or bag and box, or you want to do something that's a little different for the category. You want to use date syrup, or you want to do something higher protein. You want to use something that's got fewer additives in it. How do you find those manufacturers fast? And we shrink what would have taken whole industries of people. Like, you think about the brokerage model of the Advantages or the Damons or the Crossmarks of the world, who have thousands of people sitting around taking percentages by making introductions. Like, AI and Keychain has obliterated that. Like that's gone. You can find out who can make things in like seconds, and that we think is going to increase the. We think it's going to increase the velocity of product innovation. And I'm ultimately an optimist. I think you have to be if you have kids. And I believe that if we increase the velocity of product innovation, ultimately we'll have healthier product on our shelves. So I think that one of the things that pushes brands or pushes retailers to put more fat and sugar and salt in our food is it's expensive to launch a product. And if it's expensive to launch a product, you think about like, how do I take risk out of it? How do I make sure that as I go through the testing and whenever you go through a taste test, the one that's fattier or saltier and sugarier almost always comes out on top. So what might have started as a healthy product goes through 3 or 4 iterations and ends up being unhealthy. And we hope that by taking out a lot of the cost of launching product, that people will launch healthier product and they'll take a little bit more risk, and hopefully that'll ultimately pay off and we'll have healthier products on our shelves.